I'm Johnathan Thurston and you're watching Aboriginal TV.
Johnathan, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, no worries, thanks for having me. Yeah, so we're up here. It's the first time we've come up here with the academy, the Johnathan Thurston Academy, which is an employment and education zone. So on the education part of it, it's about inspiring the next generation of young people, to have more self-belief and courage and confidence, and hopefully that, teaches them then to stay in the school and maybe even go on and further study, or get them to put their hand up for a job. Not like just put their hand up for the job, but actually go to the job interview and get that job. And if they don't get it, then show them the courage to get back up off the canvas and go back again. So Lend-Lease are a major employment partner that give us jobs. We've got another partner in Accor Hotels as well. So couldn't be more proud of where the company is, where it started and where it is now. It's we only launched in February last year and we're growing really quickly.
Why did you choose to concentrate on building the confidence of our Australian youth and Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander youth?
Yeah, so that's something that I'm extremely passionate about. In the 2013-14, I was an ambassador for a few of the Cowboys educational programs, and I started to see the results of that and how good those programs were. So coming to the back end of my career, I knew I couldn't be an ambassador for those programs for the rest of my life, so I needed to come up with a plan, and I was thinking big. That's my passion, is trying to keep the next generation of our culture in school, but help them with on that journey, so inspire them to think big and be bold. And so the one thing with doing that is, though, what's next for them if they do stay at school and then they do complete grade 12, or what life looks like after that. So whether they go on a further study, or now we've got the resources to find these kids jobs now. So they're the two passions, and we had a lunch about 4 years ago and started to come up with a plan on how to build the academy, and it was 2 years in the making, and we launched February last year, and it was some tough times as well, being a startup business. I wanted it to I suppose I want to make sure that the right people were around me in it. We started with $0 in our bank account, and a GM didn't get paid for 5 months, so it was a hard slog for the company, for the business. But I can't fault the effort that everyone's put into it, and now we're starting to reap the rewards of it. But in saying that, it's all about inspiring the next generation, because there's so many opportunities for them out there now that they just need to know what opportunities are there, and then we can inspire them to go and chase those dreams.
And I take it that the JT Academy doesn't concentrate just on sports, but all aspects or industries our young people can be inspired to pursue.
Yeah, that's right. So we don't concentrate on sport at all. The stuff that we do is we go into communities and run workshops. We have a JT Believe program that we're running in Cow and Yama, and that's all about getting the kids into school and keeping them in school. And then we're running a Women to Lead program at Woodridge State High School, and we've just recently launched at Yarrabah, which is south of Cairns. So the Woodridge one is 15 girls that we got in that program, and they're all from diverse backgrounds, and yeah, how far they've come since the program started is phenomenal. They were reaching their targets at school, so for doing that, we took them into Lend-Lease offices in Fortitude Valley, and they'd never been inside a building like that before. So, and then we had different women of different positions in the business to come down and talk to the girls and inspire them, and they certainly inspired them, because they all went and got a LinkedIn account and got in touch with the ladies that spoke to them, and now Lend-Lease has been good enough to take one of those girls on a traineeship, so and they'll help her study environmental science. So it's extremely proud. That's one of the success stories of the academy.
What would you say to business owners out there, Indigenous business owners out there, who don't have your name behind them to start their own business? How do they go about it? How do they find the right support?
I think they need to put people around them that can inspire them, and I suppose can help them. For myself, playing rugby league, you're only as good as your team. The approach that I've taken is making sure that I've got a good team around me. And when I was coming up with the idea of the academy, we need to make sure that the people were in it for the right reasons, and that's why we wanted to start go down the road of a start-up business. We had, as you can imagine, we had a lot of people that wanted to jump on board and come along for the ride and invest in the business. But for myself, I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to, like I said, have the right people around me that were in it for the right reasons. And I think if you can get that, and you can get a bit of advice and support from leaders that have been there and done that before, then they're invaluable lessons that you can take along on the journey as well.
And it's getting a good support network and reminding yourself that it is something that does take time.
It is definitely training. That's right. Yeah. You need to prepare, like I said, and it doesn't happen overnight. I can remember my first TV interview when I was at the Bulldogs, way back in 2001, and I was that nervous, and you could just really tell, but and then I started doing some media stuff with the club, which, they put me in different type of scenarios, like I was getting interviewed after a game, or I was sitting on a panel doing a show, and, that's how I started to learn and how to deal with those nerves. So, it takes time, and if you do fail, don't have a fear of failure, learn from it and do it again.
Fall down, get back up.
That's it, straight back off the canvas and go straight back at it. That's what I try and do, is inspire the next generation of our culture, because we've been around for 60,000 years, and I want to make sure that the next generation of our culture are around for 60,000 years more. So that's right.
Why is it important for forums like this to happen, especially a focus on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses?
I think it's important because there's so many opportunities out there, and I think a lot of business can collaborate alongside each other and with each other to get the best out of the growth and opportunities that are happening, especially here in Northern Territory, and this is what the forum's about, and hopefully everyone's sharing their story, their success stories and their hardships, and everyone's learning off each other. So it's extremely important, because there are a lot of great Indigenous businesses around the country, and the more we can have them, the more leaders, the more mentors and role models we have in the community that have businesses, then that's going to inspire the next generation. They see their Uncle Louis or their Auntie May or whatever with a real strong business, and they're like, well, I can do that too.
The JT Academy coming to the Northern Territory?
We would love to, definitely. That's why we've come up here. We've had some really productive meetings the last couple of days. And like I said, the opportunities up here are pretty much endless with everything that's going on. And we're glad that we've been invited up here and to showcase what the Academy is about. And hopefully, we can certainly got our foot in the door now, and hopefully something will come of it.